everyone, welcome to the United Stand, welcome to the last road trip before the World Cup starts. God, the last one, it feels weird just saying it. Feels weird that we're taking a break now, just 2 weeks into November, but it is what it is. We knew this was coming. It feels a bit sad, to be honest. I'm sure we'll all get World Cup fever, but right now I'm just annoyed that there is no other games past this one. It's just one of them. It's the unknown, and hopefully this never ever happens again and gets in the way of a Premier League season, or for that matter any other European League season, because it's just caused unrest, it's just caused uncertainty. And you know what, I think it's unfair on some teams in terms of how this season is going to go down. I mean, some teams get lucky. I mean, look at Liverpool and look at City. Mo Salah, Erling Haaland, feet up, chilling, watching TV for 6 weeks. I know they're going to be training and staying fit and everything like that, and there probably will be games behind closed doors and whatnot, but let's be honest, match fitness, tiredness is going to be at its peak when these players come back from this World Cup. It is ridiculous how we let this happen. Well, we didn't have a say on it, did we? The powers that be, that are FIFA, are the ones that put this all on, and we have to just deal with it and deal with the circumstances and the consequences that comes with it. They are, like I just said, the unknown of when the players come back, who is going to be fit, how much have we got left in the tank. A World Cup to be done and dusted within, 5 weeks pretty much it is, 5, 6 weeks. That's an ask. If you're going all the way to a final, and we've got a lot of players at Manchester United that could possibly be going all the way to a final. I mean, you only have to look at the strength of the French squad. You only have to look at the strength of that Brazilian squad, where we have got a ton of players. Portugal looks strong. We just don't know how anyone is going to come back. Is anyone going to come back with an injury? Is anyone going to come back unfit? Like I said, it's crazy. This is the last game today, and we're just going to concentrate on this, obviously, and talk about Fulham. But you just have that at the back of your mind, and it spoils it a little bit. It's like, oh yeah, this is it now. We can get the Villa game behind us, put it to bed, and now we can move forward. Well, no, we can't. We can't, because there is no more games now until the 27th for us of December, and it's disappointing. It really is. So I'm looking at this Fulham game today and going, it's vital more than anything just to finish on a bang, finish with a bang. You know what, we extract revenge from Aston Villa in the week. Obviously it was a bit of a weird game of two halves, boring first half, ridiculously exciting second half. And does that give you enough confidence going into today? Has it given you enough to think that United can score more than one goal in a game? My God, the lack of goals this season has really crucified us. Yeah, the defence has had meltdowns, and the defence got criticism again last week. But look at the games, man. It's like Brentford, Villa, City. Them 3 games alone count for nearly 80% of our goals conceded this season. Them 3 games alone, we've shipped 13 leading goals. It's ridiculous. In the other games, yeah, Brentford, we weren't that great. Brighton, we weren't that great in the opening day. But the other games this season, United have been solid. And I think our defensive record and our stat in the league in terms of how many goals we've conceded, it's unfair on our defence. It really is. It's unfair on the likes of Varane, Martinez, Dalot, Shaw, Malacia, these players. I'm not going to mention anyone else because they are the stonewall. David De Gea as well. I think it's unfair on them players because, you know what? The forwards have let them down this season. The forwards can just go and hide away. And you know what? Everyone will remember the big defeats. Everyone always looks at the negatives. It's natural. It's what we do. When we go and booking a holiday and you're looking for an hotel, you don't look at the good reviews, do you? You look at the shit ones. Sorry, pardon my French. The last game. Let me off. One swear word. I'm just wound up that the season's finishing here. But you look at it and you look for the garbage, don't you? You look for the ones, the complaints. It's just what we do naturally. And now when everyone looks at the results, they'll go, oh, 4-0 Brentford, 4-0 Brighton last season, for instance, 6-3 Manchester City. And you go, oh, you just went to a really struggling Villa side and who can't score and can't win. They conceded 3 goals there. This defence isn't that, isn't this, isn't that. And we heard Graham Souness, Jamie Carragher slagging off Martinez and everything. And they are the ones that will just go, look, well, there you go, I told you so. Well, no, I told you about the 9 clean sheets that we've already got this season in other games against good teams. And no one's even looking at that. The point I'm trying to make out of all of this is, it's like the forwards this season are the ones that have let us down. They have let us down badly. They are not anywhere near as good as what they need to be. And I count every single one from Bruno Fernandes forward. Yes, we can look at individual performances in certain games and we know what these players have got and we'll back the players that we like. We've seen it. We've seen what they can do and we're thinking that form is going to come back. But collectively, they have to take a big chunk of the blame for where we are this season and why we're not doing better, which I think we should be doing. The results for us, I think, and the league table position should be better. It really should be. The fact that we're on -2 goal difference, sat a point off top 4, is mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling. Manchester United should be nowhere near that sort of goal difference. In fact, it's embarrassing to look at the table sometimes and see that stat. When you look at City plus whatever, Liverpool plus whatever, and they're nowhere near us. Arsenal, even Spurs, Newcastle, everyone is getting their goals. And you look at our forwards and you go, how the hell are we not better goal difference than what we are right now? It is because they have let us down. They have this season. They need to pull the finger out. And that win against Aston Villa in the week has just given you that little bit of a snippet of what this team can do. Do you know, it was like, here we go, we conceded a goal, this is it, heads down, how are we going to react? But it just looked like Ten Hag has just installed this belief in the players that we never say die. And I said this after the Villa game, look, Villa had 3 shots on target and they all went in. Pretty much the same at Old Trafford the other night. They didn't even have a shot that went on target, we give them an own goal. Everything just goes against us in terms of what happens with the opposition at the moment. Whenever a shot comes in, it just goes in. It's as simple as that. It's horrible to watch and it's horrible to take. But for United, it's a different story at the other end. We're just not scoring enough goals. The 4 in midweek in the second half give you a little bit, like I said, a little bit of confidence going into this game against Fulham today and going, yes, we have got something. We've got something there. We can actually believe that these players have still got it in them. We know what they've got. We know what they can do. We've seen the stats before. I mean, you look at Marcus Rashford's form this season, different. It's night and day compared to last season. Bruno's role has changed. He's taken it upon himself to do more. Keep it simple, go forward. And he's getting his rewards in bits now. Garnacho coming through. It's disappointing with the likes of Alanga and Sancho really not hitting form this season. But options are there. We've got Anthony to come back. Ronaldo's the biggest disappointment of all, but everyone knows how I feel about that right now. I'm not going to get into Ronaldo, but he is part of this forward line, not just him, all of them, that have failed us this season. They need to do more. Ten Hag needs to find a way to make these players score more goals, be more cohesive going forward. If it means we don't play Ronaldo because Bruno plays better, and then obviously Martial, Rashford, Garnacho all play better with Bruno there, Ronaldo sits out. If we need a target man and we're going to put crosses in the box, Ronaldo needs to play. There are options there for this team, and it's down to the individuals at the end of the day. Ten Hag can't do any more. He made a mistake with one thing in terms of making Ronaldo captain last week for me so far, but other than that, he has installed the belief and is connected back with the fans this season. And the players, if they just stick with it, we know what we're going to get. We've seen it. He was excited talking about the game in the press conference the other day. He's pulled out the players that need to do more. He's doing everything that he needs to do, and he's doing it right, in my opinion. And it's good to see. He said that Donny van der Beek isn't going out on loan. He has to earn his corner at United, prove that he's good enough to play, or he goes on a permanent. I'm not having it. Love it. It's exactly what United have been missing over the last few years. If you're not good enough, you're not hanging around earning a wage like Phil Jones, Brandon Williams, Axel Tuanzebe. If he's not happy with them players, they don't come in and show to him they can play in his system and play to what he wants them to, then you're going out and you're never coming back to Manchester United again. Thank you, Erik Ten Hag. Now, Manchester United need to back him on that philosophy. That needs to be backed by the football club now. If it doesn't, then we're going to end up going down the road that we have the last 5 years. The club are making the right noises in terms of what they're saying. But like we said, proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the eating. United need to back the manager now. If we need a player in January because, say, Ronaldo leaves, Donny walks out the door, like Ten Hag said in the press conference, you could see Brandon Williams going, you could see Axel Tuanzebe going. United could bring in a little bit of money. And to be fair, if the club don't back him, then I could possibly, I won't see Ten Hag going. I can't see him going, walking. But if the club do not back this manager now, then everything is just going to turn completely around, and everything that they're putting in place and saying all the good things they're saying will just get thrown out the window again. The ownership of this club is what it is at the moment, and it isn't good. It's still never going to be good. It never ever will be. But if they back their manager, then, you know, you see results on the pitch. Everyone gets back on side. The atmosphere around the club, it just needs to be fair. The manager needs to get the same treatment that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got. If you gave Ten Hag Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's money, this club would be playing and challenging for titles, in my opinion. It would. Because Ten Hag is the only one who's come in and he's taught the game and he's walked it at the same time. We need to be 100% behind him. And I'm saying this now, I'm thinking it's November, transfers, but like I said at the start of this video, the World Cup is after this game. So right now, the club needs to be sat down with Ten Hag after today and go, this is what we need, that's what we need. Because when we come back, and we come back on the 27th, 4 days later, that window is open. And that club needs to be backing Ten Hag in terms of, if that player doesn't want to stay at the football club, he's out, he's done. Make the deal happen. If you take the loss, take the loss. Clear the decks. Let's start afresh. Man United are bringing youth players through now that are really prospering and they're contributing to the football team, the first team. We have got enough there. The youth structure is good at the moment. One good thing about the football club. Now let's back him in the market to add to that. Get rid of the deadwood that isn't good enough and we know he's not good enough. Put the youth in place. I've hardly even talked about the game today. Sorry, everybody. It just riles me, and I think it is important that we win this game today. No Mitrovic for Fulham is big for them. We can't be letting Andreas Pereira, pre-season Pirlo, have a stormer today. No, thank you. Put it to bed, Reds. I'm going with 2-0 United. I think we've got this. I think them missing Mitrovic, just that cutting edge and that killer instinct is gone. I think Mitrovic would have damaged us today, personally. And I look at it and I go, I feel confident now United, after that win against Aston Villa, can go forward and win this game and finish with a bang and put us just nicely in position, just a point off or even level on point, whatever it may be, just close to that top four, heading into that World Cup, and then God knows what happens when we come back. It's like a fresh start, and like the consequences of this World Cup will come to the fore, and we'll all have to deal with what we've got to deal with, club by club. But that is it, guys. That is my road trip video. The last one leading up until the World Cup now is going to be a bit of a break, obviously, but we are going to still be doing plenty more content, as always, on the United Stand. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the United Stand. Give the video a like. Share the video, everyone. Drop your comments in below. Let me know on all points that I've brought up today. Anything, Ronaldo, the team, Ten Hag, backing of the club, the World Cup, everything. Get your comments in below. Let me know how you're feeling about the last game. Last game pretty much until the end of the year. Sad days, but is what it is. Cheers for watching, everyone.